Welcome to From Creeping to Preaching. I'm your host, Renee R. White, a proud native Washingtonian, born, raised, and still live here in the heart of D.C. I spent many years of my life in this incredible city, and it's not just my home. It's where my story began and where my passion for uplifting my community, especially the youth. This podcast is a space where we can have real, raw conversations about life, faith, and purpose, all rooted in experience with someone who has walked these very streets and understands the struggles and the beauty of DC. This is episode 21. I like to call it All H-A-I-L to the Jail. All Hail to the Jail. I repeat, All H-A-I-L to the Jail. After my layover at the daycare, I landed a job at DC Jail as a clerk. Then got promoted to a legal instrument examiner. And I have to say, that was a job where I learned the most. That job trained me for the next leg of my life. I gained many skills, working at Central Cell Block, U.S. Marshal Block, and even handling sentence computations. I was there in the 80s and stayed until the late 90s, during a time when the Newton Street Crew, P Street Crew, and many other gangs and other groups were coming through. Every day was a different adventure, new challenges, new lessons. But one of the biggest lessons I learned was that sometimes you have to stand for something or fall for anything. My supervisor had a habit of getting his way with young women, young pretty women. But it wasn't just one of them. See, I wasn't that type of young lady. And because of that, I was constantly reassigned. At first, I was kind of upset about it. But as I got older, I realized something. Every reassignment was actually building my resume, giving me skills I didn't even know I needed for my future. Whew. The jail was a lot of fun, but it was also scary. It was an extremely scary job. You never knew how your day was going to turn out. A miscount, that happened. An erroneous release, that happened. And when you're locked in with the inmates, 8, 12, sometimes 16 hours, anything could go sideways in an instant. But through it all, I grew. I built my strength, learned to be brave, and find my voice. That job taught me how to stand firm and speak up for myself. It shaped me in ways I never expected. And despite the challenges, I truly enjoyed my time there. I truly enjoyed my time at the jail. And while I was there, I even learned how to drive a standard H manual. Yep, a stick shift. I bought a Datsun 210 for $200 in the alley, of course. It was just like that. I was on the road. But let me tell you, I avoided all the hills in D.C., to include the infamous hill of Cardozo. I kept it moving, going west uptown, and the only hill I tackled was that little teeny hill on 17th Street. Because let me tell you, trying to balance the gas and the clutch, that was a struggle. The drift, the connection, I just couldn't get it. But when I finally did, I had it down. It took time, but I learned something important. Sometimes you just have to face your challenges head on. So ladies, what's a challenge you had to push through, even when it seemed impossible? Remember, this is your podcast too. You know, this is a platform for you, a platform where we can speak truth, inspire someone or someone else. And remember, you know, you're not alone in whatever it is that you're going through. You can also reach out to me directly. Email me, info@creepingtopreaching.com. Visit my website, Creeping to Preaching. Your stories matter to me. You have a voice. Let's keep it real, raw, and unfiltered. Together, I can't wait to hear from you. Let's keep this conversation going. I'm excited to hear from you and how you're peeling back your layers, realizing all hail to the gel. Maybe you had an all hail to the gel moment. HAIL, ladies. I'd like to thank my producer, McKinley, and Moving in Motion by Mac. See you next week.